What's up, fight fans? Let's dive right into today's news. Here's what's going down. UFC legend BJ Penn was arrested on Monday, September 15, 2025, by Hilo police for entering a property in violation of a court-ordered protection for his mother. He was charged the following day with bail set at $2,000, which he posted. This marks his fifth arrest in the past year, raising ongoing concerns about his mental health and legal troubles. Here's what Hawaii County Police posted on their social media. With this latest arrest, how will BJ Penn's repeated legal issues affect his life and legacy, both inside and outside the UFC? Jared Gordon revealed why he still stepped into the octagon at Noche UFC, despite being hit by a car the day before. With momentum from a recent knockout and a new UFC contract, Gordon prioritized reliability and opportunity, wanting to honor the UFC, the fans, and his team, even if it meant risking his health.
There's just so many things, like, for why I wouldn't pull out of a fight. Like, I don't, the UFC, they're like, day of weigh-ins, you're gonna pull out? Like, what the it would be one thing if it was 2 months before and it was like, oh, I got hit by a car, I hurt my knee, I gotta fucking pull out. Understandable, they have time to find a replacement. But to weigh in and then be like, yo, I'm pulling out, there'd be like, and then it just looks bad on you. Like, I don't know, you get shelved, or like you're looked at like you're not reliable. Day of weigh-ins, you're pulling out. Like, why? Like, you're not, we put you on a main card, big spotlight, and you're pulling out. Like, all right, you're not trustworthy.
But you don't think that they would have given you a little bit of leniency considering the situation?
I mean, I don't know, like, and I didn't even want to test it. I didn't want to fucking find out if they would or wouldn't, And I wanted to fight, bro. I had such a good camp and felt so good that I was like, I could do this.
Would you have made the same choice in his situation? Arman Tsarukyan took a shot at UFC lightweight champ Ilia Topuria, claiming he's exaggerating his wealth by posting about flying private. Tsarukyan argued that Topuria doesn't earn enough to afford regular private jet trips, pointing out that even with a few million made, one round trip could cost $400,000 to $500,000.
Я не думаю, что он летает с Америки на private джетах, так как после боя Оливера, он там летел обычным United куда-то. Его люди снимали в самолете. Я говорю, он пытается показаться, что он там нереально какой-то богатый. А на самом деле, я не думаю, что он не летает обычными самолетами. Есть же видео, где он после боя с Оливерой сидит там со своей женой в обычном United, по-моему, компании, куда-то летит. Он не зарабатывает те деньги, которые можно лететь джетом с Америки в Европу или в Грузию. Потому что, условно говоря, если он заработал 2-3 миллиона долларов, только у него джет обойдется туда-сюда $500 тысяч, да, $400 тысяч.
Arman Tsarukyan doesn't see Justin Gaethje stepping in against Ilia Topuria, instead believing Paddy Pimblett is the more likely next challenger. He added that if Islam Makhachev moves up and wins the lightweight belt, Topuria would chase a historic shot at 170 to become the first ever triple champion rather than face him.
Gaethje не будет драться с Topuria.
Это инсайд или это просто...
Нет, это мое мнение. UFC может делать все, что хочет. UFC может поставить даже с дебютантом Topuria. Но я думаю, что, скорее всего, это будет больше Pimblett даже, чем Gaethje. Я думаю, он защитит титул. Если Ислам выиграет титул, он перейдет на 7-7 и захочет стать тройным чемпионом.
С тобой боя...
Не, со мной боя он не захочет, так как с Исламом он больше может заработать, и риск, что он станет тройным чемпионом первый раз в истории и заработает большие деньги. И если даже он проиграет Исламу, поднялся в 7-7, сейчас обратно спускает свой вес. У него есть отговорка, если он проиграет, что он поднялся на 2 весовые категории выше.
Do you agree with Tsarukyan's take? Or should Topuria face a tougher test next? Michael Bisping believes a fight between Ilia Topuria and Terence Crawford could draw massive attention, appealing to both MMA and boxing fans. He notes that the matchup is feasible since Dana White promoted Crawford's last boxing bout and Topuria is already under UFC contract.
like. And of course, we're talking different parallels here. We're talking Terence Crawford, the best boxer of his generation, okay? And we're talking Ilia Topuria, one of the hottest properties in all of mixed martial arts. So you never know. You never know. Maybe it does happen. But let's be honest, if it was to happen, it would make a lot of money. You know why? Because there would be two fan bases tuning in, and that's what happened with the money fight. Okay, you've got all the boxing fans, and then you've got all the MMA fans, and of course you've got Dana White in the middle. Dana just did business with Terence Crawford. Ilia Topuria is under contract with the UFC, so it's not unbelievable to think of a world where this might happen. It's just, would they make this? Would Crawford lower himself? Would he want to do that? Would he want to step in the ring with somebody like that?
Could this be the ultimate crossover fight fans have been waiting for? The UFC was reportedly on the verge of securing a broadcast deal with Netflix before last-minute negotiations fell apart. According to TKO president Mark Shapiro, the streaming giant didn't want the volume of smaller UFC cards, which ultimately opened the door for Paramount and CBS to step in with an exclusive deal starting the January. Netflix has since focused on big boxing events like Terence Crawford vs. Canelo Alvarez and the upcoming Jake Paul vs. Gervonta Davis clash. Would you have preferred UFC on Netflix? The official UFC 321 poster has just dropped, showcasing heavyweight champ Tom Aspinall's first undisputed title defense against former interim champ Ciryl Gane on October 25 at Etihad Arena in Abu Dhabi. The card also features Virna Jandiroba vs. Mackenzie Dern for the vacant strawweight title. What do you think of the poster design? Merab Dvalishvili expressed that he believes Mario Bautista is more deserving of a fight than Umar Nurmagomedov, criticizing the uneven paths fighters take to title opportunities and highlighting how some get shots faster due to name recognition rather than merit. I hope Bautista whoops Umar's ass and I will fight Bautista next. He's more deserving. And Bautista's cousin's name is not Khabib. That's why he needs a 9-fight win streak to maybe fight for the belt. Some people can get a title fight after 6-fight win streak fighting nobodies, without ranked opponents. What do you think of Merab's take? UFC's Arman Tsarukyan and former champ Benson Henderson faced off ahead of their grappling match at ACB JJ 18 on September 19 in Moscow. Check it out.
You're filming me or what?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
I should have been there. I don't know if I would have thought about it. I would have been.
Yeah, you should.
I didn't think about it.
You'd like to watch it.
I would
Day
bet,
after
I would
day.
bet. Yeah, I would bet.
Finish. Thank you, bro.
Thank you. Спасибо.
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 Islam Makhachev recently opened up about his early struggles with training gear, recalling a time when proper hand wraps were too expensive and he had to make do with regular tape. Now, as a top UFC fighter, he can afford the best tape for every session, highlighting how far he's come in his career.
What story are you gonna tell me?
Coach, when I beginning,
Yes.
come to US, first time I came to US, and I saw when Luke Rockhold taped his hand before all training, all training session.
Yeah.
That time, like, I have the surgery in my hand, and I thinking I will make same every day, before the sparring, before the work review with the meets, and I calculate how much I spend money, and I think the regular tapes enough for me, Now I can buy it.
Now you can buy it. But you have to protect your hands, and believe it or not, I believe that you guys know better how your hand feels than the professional rapper sometimes. Because, yeah, Luke used to wrap his hands all the time.
Now I have to.
The blockbuster clash between Jake Paul and Gervonta "Tank" Davis, originally set for Atlanta, has officially been relocated to Miami's Kaseya Center on November 14, 2025. The move comes after Georgia regulators raised safety concerns over the huge weight difference. Paul usually fights around 200 pounds, while Davis is a 135-pound lightweight champion, leading Most Valuable Promotions to seek a more flexible venue in Florida. Ariel Helwani reacted to Dana White's recent remarks about possibly reconciling their long-standing feud, expressing skepticism about the sincerity of White's comments. Despite the tension since 2016, Helwani says he would be open to making amends for personal closure. emphasizing that holding grudges is unhealthy, but any reconciliation would depend on White's willingness. To me, it comes off as White saying, "Where is that guy? That dude fell off, he's not relevant anymore." I don't feel like anything that he said there was very sincere. I think it was 99.999% sarcastic. Usually when I'm brought up, he calls me all the names under the sun. This time, he just said what you just heard. Is that because I'm so irrelevant to him? Maybe. Is that because he misses me? Maybe. I don't think it's the latter. Life is too short. If there was an opportunity to shake hands and be like, "Look, there was once a time where we were exchanging pictures about our kids and grew pretty close," yeah, sure, I would like that. I believe holding grudges and having beef. I believe that's a cancer to your body. So, do you think Helwani and Dana White will ever fully reconcile? Or is the feud here to stay? That's all for today's news. Thanks for watching. If you like our content, don't forget to like and share. Subscribe to not miss daily MMA news from us.